Top of the morning to you laddies! My name is Jacksepticeye and welcome to my video comparing the Blue Yeti to the Rode Podcaster. The Yeti, of course, being from Blue Microphones, and the Podcaster is from the Australian company called Rode. Both are microphone companies that specialize, I think, just in microphones, and they both boast some very terrific audio quality. And the Blue Yeti is one that a lot of YouTubers pick as the sort of go-to microphone that they see a lot of people using on YouTube for commentaries and everything. And that's what I used. That's what I went for first. And I started to kind of dislike it when I really got into it and I started to record a lot. And I realized it wasn't really suited for my tastes. And I think a lot of people out there might kind of think, oh, well, everybody else uses the Blue Yeti, so I'll go for that instead. So I'm hoping that this might show you why the Blue Yeti might not be all it's cracked up to be and why I actually prefer my Rode Podcaster that I just got about a week and a half ago, and it just boasts a lot better audio quality to me. Right now I'm using the webcam's microphone. You can tell it's kind of airy sounding. The room is a bit echoey and it's not as tight sounding as some of the microphones are. So I'm going to switch over to the Blue Yeti now to give you a taste of what that sounds like. Okay, so now I am actually using the Blue Yeti microphone, and you can probably tell that the sound is a lot clearer. Right now I'm not using a pop filter on it, and one of the main reasons for that is because I wanted to show a difference between this and the Rode Podcaster. The Podcaster is supposed to have a built-in sort of pop filter in it. It's always good to still use a pop filter anyway, but this is just a sort of blind test. I'm not editing down any of this footage, any of this sound, because I want people to hear what it actually sounds like in my room. Like if I stay quiet, you should be able to hear my PC fans in the background. And before, when I was using the Blue Yeti, I used to have to actually edit all that stuff out with noise removal and just take out all the sort of hissing sounds. When I was using my PS3, it got really, really loud. And when I had to edit it out, I lost a lot of the audio quality that was actually in my spoken stuff. So I didn't really like having to do that all the time. The Rode Podcaster, it should sound better. I have to do that a lot less. I don't have to noise remove as much. I still have to do it because there's just kind of a buzz kind of a sound, but not as much as I actually have to do with the Blue Yeti. So after this, I'm actually going to switch over and EQ and sort of compress the Blue Yeti sound so you guys can get a feel for what it was actually like when I edited it properly and it's not just a blind test. So 1, 2, 3. And now I am actually using the Blue Yeti with EQ on it, some noise removal to take out that background audio, and I also compressed it a little bit so you can hear kind of a tighter sound, kind of a more balanced sound compared to what it is at the blind test. So this is kind of the standard of what I was using for my commentary. It's not perfect. I could probably get it a lot better if I really spent time trying. But this is basically what my commentaries used to sound like a while ago. And now I'm going to switch over to the Rode Podcaster. Okay, well now I'm using the Rode Podcaster microphone, and hopefully you can tell that it's a little bit cleaner. I had recorded this before and the volume for some reason was extremely low, but I bumped it way up to try and match the Blue Yeti levels. So hopefully you can tell that it's a small bit cleaner, it's a bit deeper. By default, it's not as airy sounding. I had the Blue Yeti set on the cardioid setting, so that is the best for vocals right in front for commentary. And this is more of a cardioid microphone. It's more of a shotgun kind of microphone. It points straight out and you talk right into the top of it, and it's supposed to give a more focused sound, so that's why I wanted to get it, because I have a lot of fan noise in the background, and if I stay still, maybe you can hear it. It's probably actually made a lot worse because the microphone stand is bolted straight into the desk behind me, and the vibrations of the computer might be actually traveling straight up through it. I have to get a shock mount for this microphone. But to me, this sounds a lot better. By default, it sounded a lot cleaner. It sounded a lot deeper. It made my voice sound a lot better. If you get in close, it actually makes your voice sound really nice. And although normally like this, it might not sound as good, but when I was doing commentaries for videos before, I used to shout into my microphone a lot because of playing scary games. And for the Yeti, it used to clip a lot. And when a microphone clips or distorts, you can't get rid of that. You can lower the volume so it doesn't deafen people as much, but it will always still be there. Even if you get it down to 1 decibel, you will still hear the clipping. It just won't be as loud anymore. And this microphone allowed me to do that a lot better. It allowed me to shout a lot more, and it didn't pick it up as much. Because if you stand far away from the microphone and you talk normally, the microphone sounds a lot airier. It sounds a lot less. It sounds a lot more, you can pick up more of the treble, but when you come back in, it picks up your voice a lot better. And now I am going to stick on some EQ settings in 3, 2, 1. And this is what the microphone sounds like with noise removal added, EQ added, and a compressor added. And these settings are the exact same settings that I used for the Blue Yeti. All the numbers are the same. It's still reduced by the same amount. It's still the same hertz of noise removal taken out, and hopefully this sounds a lot better. If it doesn't, this kind of egg on my face, because I did this video to try and prove that this microphone sounds better than the Blue Yeti. But for my personal preferences, it really does. If you come over here and talk right into the top of the microphone, it sounds a lot deeper, it sounds a lot boomier. But if you come over here, you can actually get away with talking straight out, and the microphone picks up your voice at the side, and you don't have to use a pop filter as much. It's probably still a good idea to use a pop filter when doing recordings, but for this, it has a built-in pop filter. It's supposed to have a built-in compressor as well. I'm not too sure about that side of things, so I might need correction on that. But hopefully you guys can see the difference between the two microphones. If any of you have any questions about either microphone, if you have any questions about the Blue Yeti, because I know a lot of YouTubers go for that straight away because they see a lot of other people using it. But if you guys have any questions about the pros and cons between each of them, or the pros and cons of the Blue Yeti itself, or anything, or any advice on microphones at all, I am here to answer. Leave a question in the comment section. I will answer the best of my ability. If you don't want to leave one in the comment section, just PM me on YouTube. And yeah, that's basically it. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully this gave some knowledge to some people, or showed you the difference two microphones can make. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see all you dudes in the next video. Oh, it's time for some drinky poos! You like a drink? You like a drink? Drink it all up. Put it in his mouth. Put it in his mouth. This is oddly erotic. Put that down, you stupid doctor, if that is your real face.